Steve made $9,736 trading binary options. Allison made $783 in profits in one day with a binary options account. Tom turned $1,000 into $14,852 in just 1 month using binary options. How are ordinary people like Steve, Allison, and Tom making extraordinary profits with this simple trading strategy? Hi, my name is Reese Shapiro, and I am a former options trader on Wall Street. I spent over 10 years managing millions of dollars of the bank's money, investing in a portfolio of options on U.S. stocks and indices. I had sophisticated computer software working every day to help me analyze the market and maximize my profits while minimizing my risks. Then, a few years ago, I left Wall Street to start a family. I discovered binary options trading as a fun way to use my trading knowledge and experience to make extra money at home in my spare time. What started as a trading hobby a few years ago is now paying for my kids' college fund. Don't worry if you have no background in trading or options. I've spent years trading some of the most complicated financial products out there, and I can tell you from my experience that more complicated does not mean more profitable. Binary options are so simple, anyone can trade them. Binary options allow you to earn profits that are multiples of your invested capital with just a small move in the underlying asset over a short time frame. And by the end of this video series, you too will have all the tools you need to make a consistent stream of profits trading binary options like I do. Now, not everyone can succeed in binary options trading. Most people are impatient and want to make millions in their first week with just a $200 investment. These traders tend to bet too much of their account on a gut feeling, and when one trade goes wrong, they'll fail. I'm here to show you the tools and strategies you'll need to trade properly and smart so that you can make money consistently. But you're part of this. You need to realize that you need patience and discipline to succeed in binary options trading. I can't trade for you. You have to trade for yourself. And to do that, you're going to have to be patient, take appropriate risks, and follow the mindset of a winning trader. In this first video, we're going to learn the basics of binary options. What are they, why should we trade them, and how to get started. But don't worry, this isn't going to be a whole lot of boring theory. We're going to talk a little bit about theory, but the main focus is going to be the practical fun part. How do I use this to make money? Before we start, please make sure you have a pen and paper handy. If you don't have one, hit pause, grab a pen and paper, and come back. Don't worry, I'll wait for you. This way, you can write down any questions that you have or any concepts that you want to highlight. I also recommend that all my students watch each video at least twice. There are some concepts that will solidify in your mind the second or even the third time you watch. The more you watch the videos, the more you'll get out of the course and the more you'll be able to use in your binary options trading strategy. And as a side note, even if you think the first video or two are a bit general, or if you feel you already know the material, I still recommend you watch them. You're going to find some tips and hints here and there that will be useful, and you never know when we'll go to that next higher level that maybe you don't understand quite yet. So watch all the videos. Don't skip videos, even if you're tempted. I also want to remind you that trading successfully, just like everything else in the world, requires a learning curve, and it might take time to master it. Some people can do it faster, others will need more time. But in the end, what matters is how solid of a base you have and how profitable of a trader you become. So don't be hesitant or stressed or worried if by the time you start trading you don't understand absolutely everything. That's fine. Nobody was born with this knowledge. Be patient and take the time to learn the techniques. You'll learn by watching the videos, you'll learn by doing. This is a learning process. We never stop learning. We're always learning how to be a better trader every day. So what exactly is a binary option? Well, a binary option is a simple version of a much more complex financial product called an option. As I said before, I spent 10 years trading options on Wall Street. Options are special kinds of securities that allow you to make money when another security moves up or down without actually owning that other security. The amount of money you make depends on how much the security moves and in what direction. So whenever you trade regular options, you need to be watching the market consistently for little moves or even indications that moves might be coming in the near future. If you're already familiar with traditional options, you'll know that trading these complicated options can be very challenging and very time-consuming. If you're not familiar with traditional options, then great, because binary options are much more simple. In a binary option, you're taking either a positive or a negative view on something. You pick the asset, direction, and time frame. At the end of the time frame, only one of two things can happen. Either the option can be in the money, which means you'll earn your full payout, or it can be out of the money, in which case you'll lose your initial investment. That's why they're called binary options. Binary means two, that is, two possible things that can happen. Now, there are a few important terms to know when it comes to binary options trading. We're going to talk about the underlying asset, direction, strike price, expiration, payout, and initial investment. Underlying asset is the asset you're taking a view on. Assets can include stocks like Citigroup, Vodafone, Apple, or Google. Assets can also include equity indices like the S&P 500, the Kospi, or the Nikkei. Assets can include commodities like oil or gold, or FX rates, such as the exchange rate between the euro and the dollar. When you trade binary options, you're going to make or lose money based on the movement of your asset, but you don't actually have to trade the asset to trade binary options. Now, that's actually an important feature of binary options. If you've traded a variety of different assets, you'll know that there are all sorts of different platforms and trading vehicles that you'll use when you're trading commodities, and those might be different from the ones that you would use for trading stocks or indices or FX. With binary options, you open one account, and you can trade all of these assets on the same platform. Because again, you're trading binary options. You're not trading the underlying asset. So you can trade binary options on all of these various assets using one account and one strategy. Moving on to direction. Direction is whether you think the asset is going higher or lower. If you think the asset's going higher, then you're taking what's called a bullish view. And to express a bullish view, you want to buy what's known as a call option. If you think the asset's going lower, then you have what's known as a bearish view, and you'll want to buy a put option. The strike price is the critical level that you're looking at, the dividing line between making money and losing money. For most standard binary options, the strike price will be set automatically at the current level. So here we have a chart of an asset that's currently trading at $100, and I've drawn that line all the way across so that you can see that the current level is right around $100 here. The strike price of a binary option will usually equal the current trading price of the asset, unless the broker tells you specifically that it's something else. It's rare, but in some of the more exotic types of binary options, the strike price will be something else. In regular, normal binary options, that strike price is going to be, in this case, $100, or the current level of your asset. So that's going to be your strike price. Now, if you buy a call option on an asset that's trading at $100, then you need the asset to go higher in order to make money. If your asset goes higher than $100, so here's your $100 dividing line right here. If your asset goes higher, anywhere in this region, then you're going to be making money. If your asset goes lower, down below $100, that's going to be out of the money. For a put option, the strike price also divides between making money and losing money, but for a put option, you're taking a bearish view, so you need your asset to go down, below the strike price in order to make money. If the asset goes anywhere in here, that's going to be where you're making money. If the asset goes higher, up above that $100 strike price, it's going to be out of the money and you're going to lose money. So that's strike price. The prices of all these assets move around a lot throughout the trading day. So another critical thing to know when it comes to binary options is the expiration of the option. Expiration refers to the exact day and time that the option will expire or end. When your option ends, that's when the price of your asset will be compared to the strike price. It doesn't matter where your asset trades in here before expiration. All that matters is where the asset is trading at the exact time of expiration, right in here at that exact time. Expirations on binary options can range from about a minute at the shortest to at most a couple of days. Typically we're talking anywhere from a few minutes to a few hours. So what's nice about that is that you get your result quickly. You don't have to wait days or weeks or months as with some types of investments in order to get your result. Your result comes very quickly. The payout of a binary option is the amount of money you'll earn if your prediction is correct and your option expires in the money. Payouts are usually stated as a percentage of the investment amount, and the payout will be different for different assets and different expiration. In my experience, binary option payouts are usually somewhere between 160 and 190% of that initial investment amount. For example, a binary option might have a payout of 175%. That's sort of a typical middle of the range payout. If your option has a payout of 175%, that means that you'll earn your investment amount plus an additional 75 cents on the dollar for a correct prediction. If you invested $100, a correct prediction will earn you $175. This is a unique feature of binary options because your risk and reward is known up front. A lot of people who don't trade binary options, people who trade other trading strategies, these types of traders can spend years trying to learn how to plan trades with a good risk-reward trade-off. So they'll come up with these complicated concepts like stop losses and rules to figure out how much risk they want to take for every single trade, and it'll be different for every single trade. When their trades are going well, they'll be sitting there stressed out, wondering if they should close their trade for a small profit or hold out for that big win. Binary options traders have it easy. Our risk is the initial investment, and our reward is the payout. That's it. There's no guessing, no more decisions to make. So let's go through an example of how that might work for a call option. So this chart is a little different from the ones we've been looking at. This is a chart of what our payout will look like. And across the middle, we have the different potential prices of our asset at expiration. Right here in the middle is the strike price. So you can see our strike price of $100. This is a call option, so we're taking a bullish view. We want our asset to go higher. So what this means is that if our asset at expiration is higher than that $100 strike price, then we're going to be in that green zone here. And that's going to earn us our $175 profit. If, on the other hand, the asset is below $100, that's going to put us in this red zone, and we're going to lose our $100 investment. So you can see here that that strike price for the call option is the dividing line between profit and loss, right in the middle. For a put option, the dividing line is the same, but the outcomes are different because, again, we're buying a put option, we're taking a bearish view. So we still have that strike price here at $100, and that's still the dividing line between profit and loss. This time, though, if our asset is below our $100 strike price, that's where we're going to make our $175 profit. We're in the green zone, profitable. On the other hand, if we're wrong and our asset goes up, then we're going to be in the red zone for a loss of our $100 investment. So you can see how simple binary options are. We look at the strike price, we look at where our asset is at expiration, and we know whether we've made our full profit or lost our investment. It's a really, really simple concept. So now we're familiar with all the key parts of binary options and all the important decisions we need to make as traders. We need to decide our asset, direction, and expiration. We need to pick how much money we want to invest in that trade. And that's it. Once you're familiar with these concepts and you're ready to get started, the next step is going to be to choose a broker and open an account. There are many different binary options brokers to choose from, and quite honestly, some are better than others. So what makes a good broker? Well, a few key characteristics. First, you're going to be trusting your broker with your money. You want to make sure you pick a broker with a good level of security and a good reputation. As far as reputation, you can read reviews of different brokers on the web. As far as security, you want to look for good encryption levels. So you want to make sure that you see this HTTPS in the website, which tells you that it's a secure website. And some sort of identity verification is always good. Anything in addition to the security will give you the confidence to know that when you're putting up your credit card and you're keeping your money with that broker, they're going to be guarding it well and securely. Second, you want a broker that offers a variety of different underlying assets that you care about with low minimums. So I say assets that you care about because many people have a focus of some sort. For example, you might have experience in equities or FX or in commodities. If you're new to trading, that's okay. I would recommend that you look for a variety of assets, including some from all those categories: stocks, commodities, foreign exchange. Over time, you might discover that you have a particular knack for trading one asset class over another, or you may like the variety of trading a little of everything. Either way, it's nice to have a broker that provides some good variety. Low minimums are important, especially when you're starting out. If you don't have a lot of money to dedicate to this, it's nice to have low minimums because you'll be able to place a large number of trades without risking a large percentage of your account. Some brokers will allow you to trade $10 or even $5 per trade, which can help you get your feet wet without risking a lot of capital. Once you become profitable, trade minimums will be much less of an issue, but it's really important up front. You also want to try to find a broker that's going to offer you a good bonus. A bonus is a little kicker to help you get started. Basically, when you deposit your first $1,000, the broker will typically give you some sort of extra money to cushion you as you learn how to trade. And this amount can vary depending on the broker and the amount you deposit. It should be between 50 and 150% of the deposit. This means if you deposit $1,000, you'll get about a $500 bonus with a good broker. So you'll have $1,500 to start off. And this can really make a big difference when it comes to your trading, especially up front. When you're new to trading, when you're new to the strategy, it's almost impossible to start off trading without losing a few trades. This way, you'll have the ability to experiment and try some trades without worrying that you're going to be dipping into your investment capital. That's really important. And the last thing I would say is that you want to find a broker that offers good customer service. If you have a question or if you need help with something, your broker should be responsive to your questions. Now, as a side note, when I say choose a broker, I mean you probably want to pick just one. You might say, what about diversification? And there is something to be said for diversification across brokers, but the reality is that we're all busy. It can get really complicated to have to switch between broker trading screens during the day. It's much easier just to use one broker. Plus, many brokers will offer you a higher bonus and more features if you put more money with them. Spreading out your money across multiple brokers means you won't get elite status with any of them. Once you've selected your broker and made your opening deposit, you're ready to start trading. But first, I suggest you watch the rest of the videos in this series. We're going to go beyond the basics to help you make informed choices about which assets to trade and when, and how to determine the most likely direction that your assets will move. Now, if you have any questions, you can send them to us at any time. We'll be glad to hear from you and will help you fine-tune your trading abilities. Before I sign off, I want to go through with you some of the questions that I get from a lot of your students, because I want you all to be able to benefit from these answers. So the most common question that I get from my students is, why did you pick binary options over all the other trading strategies out there? And the reason is simple. Well, there's a few reasons. First, I like binary options because they're very simple. There's only two possible outcomes, in the money or out of the money. There's no additional decisions to make once I've placed my trade. If you're busy like me and you only have a few minutes at a time to trade, it's nice to place a trade and then walk away from it. Go do something else. I also like that there are low minimums, usually around $5 per trade. So when I was first starting, I was new to binary options. I'd traded traditional options. I wanted to be able to get my feet wet with low minimums. And I was able to do that and, of course, ramp up quickly once I became confident in my trading abilities. Another thing that I like about binary options is that there are no commissions. So when you see a payout of 175%, that's exactly what you're going to get with a correct prediction. You're not going to then have to pay a trading fee or commission or anything like that. What you see is what you get, that's it. So that's why I like binary options trading. Now, a lot of my students ask me, which broker do I use? And I use several brokers, but one of them is called Go Options. I find Go Options has all the features that I need in terms of security, asset selection, and starting bonus. This is the trading screen for Go Options. Now, here you can see the different assets that I can choose from for trading binary options. I can choose a variety of currencies, and you can see the list here. It's quite extensive. Commodities, again, a pretty good comprehensive list. Indices, and these are just the ones that are currently open. And single stocks. Again, these are the ones that are currently open. So you can see that they have a wide variety of assets across the different assets classes. They also have probably the best customer service that I've ever seen. And that gives me the confidence that they're a solid broker looking out for us traders. Now, even though I'm using Go Options, you can choose any of our recommended brokers. They're all reliable and have passed our quality control, including responsible support team, accurate trading, and the ability to withdraw funds. Most of our recommended brokers also give you some extra value with education, strategies, and good bonuses. So again, go ahead and use Go Options or any of the other ones on our list with confidence. I picked Go Options for the sake of this video, but you can find a good broker from our list. So that's it for this introductory video. If this is your first time through, I suggest you watch it at least one more time, just to make sure you have a handle on everything we talked about today. In our next video, we'll take a much deeper dive into the actual trading experience. We'll talk about money management and how to start trading binary options in a smart way. For now, I'm Reese Shapiro, your binary options trading coach, and I'll see you next time.